Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Continuing on with our discussions on the Panasonic GX8 recently announced. Very exciting looking camera. I just gave you the video on 6 reasons why I would buy the GX8 over the GX7, which the GX7 was a big favorite of mine. And I just wanted to, I think the question on some people's minds is, I just bought a G7. And I think some people are looking at that saying, should I get a G7 or should I get a GX8? Was on my mind. And I think other people are probably maybe asking, why did I buy a G7 instead of a GX8? Because I love the GX7 so much. Why didn't I get the update to that? There's one big reason, really, price. The G7 does everything I want in a camera, and I actually love the form factor of it. It's kind of a mini GH4. It does pretty much everything the GH4 does. It does pretty much everything the GX8 does, except for, off the top of my head, 2 main features would be the newer sensor, which isn't that much of a big deal to me. Great to have, but it wasn't a deal killer for me. And the dual IS, again, great to have. Really excited to see how it works. Not a deal killer for me because the Panasonic lenses with IS work fantastic. I haven't any issues with it. That said, I think I probably will end up adding a GX8 to the stable down the line. Certainly look at getting one. But the G7 for me, $797 with a kit lens, so $800 with a kit lens, $1,200 for the GX8 with no lens, body only. So you got a $400 difference there. Take the lens out, and let's say that I don't know if Panasonic will do this, but let's say that lens, I think those kit lenses retail for about $199. So whether you could actually sell it for that, let's say you can get that camera for somewhere between $600 and $700. It's almost half price to buy the G7 over the GX8. And that's where, to me, I would rather own 2 G7s for my purposes. I always like to have a spare body, and ideally I like to have a spare body when I'm working professionally that's a twin to the other. I like 2 of the same body. The controls are all the same. You don't have to think about picking up a different body when you're out on the job and trying to remember which the controls are, because sometimes you've been working with one and you go to get the other and you forget where something is. And for the price, I can get 2 basically for the price of the GX8, and there's not enough on the GX8 to make me want to spend that much more money on it. Like I said, that said, I'm not knocking the GX8. I like it, and we'll probably consider adding it later down the road. But that's why I bought the G7, because to me it's a much better value than the GX8 for my needs. May not be for your needs. Maybe there's some things about the GX8 that do make it a better value for you. But I think the G7 is probably one of the best value cameras out there right now. It does 4K. It has the DFD-AF, that amazing autofocus. It's a baby GH4. I don't know. Panasonic's incredible because they put so much into the G7. I don't know how they think people are going to buy the GH4. I wouldn't. There's nothing on the GH4 that I need that I can't get out of my new G7, which I love. It's amazing. It's a great camera. If you need a camera for doing video and photos right now, I mean, if video is a primary concern, the G7 is certainly one to look at, because for the price, you just can't beat it. In-camera 4K, amazing image quality for photos. It's fantastic. I love it. I bought one. Any case, that's my reasons why I bought the G7 over the GX8 when I've been such a big fan of the GX7. You would think, some people were thinking, why didn't you buy the GX8? That's why. I love the G7. It's fantastic. Those are my reasons. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Let me know why you maybe wouldn't, maybe why you want the GX8 over the G7. Leave that below. Let's have a discussion on it. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com. Thanks.